Hello Lucy. As you may have read, financial services is going through enormous changes at the moment, and the next few years will see many businesses having to rethink what they do for clients.
Yes, I have read about something called the Retail Distribution Review. I believe that means lots of changes to how advisors will have to work in the future.
Here at Ainsworths Panacea we welcome these changes, and over the last few months we have been developing the way in which we work with clients. We've looked at all the client services and products available across the whole market and restructured the way we work to take advantage of these developments. This is because the balance of power is shifting. Years ago we had to rely on large insurance companies and fund managers to provide expensive products, but now a whole new way of working means we are able to control much of the process. This means we can deliver a better service to our clients, and, because we can usually cut out the middlemen, we believe we can offer real value for money.
So you can offer a better level of service at a lower overall cost? That sounds too good to be true.
Not at all. Most clients understand it is important to use wrappers to help avoid paying lots of tax, but it is the overall context of their long-term plans that we think is more important. We call it your financial plan for life. Let me explain what we mean. The various savings and investments you already hold are part of your overall financial arrangements, which we call your financial bucket. For example, your individual savings accounts and savings in the bank are part of your bucket.
I seem to have accumulated lots of financial products over the past 10 years, but I can't remember why.
Don't worry. Many clients are in the same situation, and we can use this money as part of any financial planning. However, other assets like your house can't be included, so it sits up here outside of your financial bucket because unfortunately you can't spend bricks and mortar. At some point in the future you might choose to move to a smaller home, and so the difference in value, known as the equity, will drop into your bucket at that time.
Okay, I'm with you so far, but what about my pension fund?
We can't include your pension fund at the moment, but when you retire a quarter of it might come into your bucket as tax-free cash, and you'll probably turn on a tap to draw an income into your bucket.
Right, I understand, but what about my business? I've always thought of that as my real retirement plan.
Again, the value of your business can't be included in your bucket at the moment because you can't spend it. You've obviously spent many years building up your business, and by now it could have a real value, but until you sell it, your business must stay outside of your bucket. So wealth is accumulating both inside and outside your bucket. You also have regular money flowing into your bucket, such as your salary, dividends or other income, and in the future you should receive a state pension. Also, if you sell your home and buy something smaller, it could mean a lump sum coming into your bucket. At retirement there could be some tax-free cash and income from your pension fund, and a possible sale of your business, which would result in a large flow of money into your bucket.
It's all starting to make sense now, and it sounds like my bucket will fill up nicely.
I thought you'd be happy, Lucy, but there's just one problem. Over here is a tap. This tap is draining money from your bucket. This is the cost of your current lifestyle. In other words, the tap represents the cost of doing the things you enjoy and living the life you have. It's the cost of living in your current home, running your car, nice holidays, and the cost of your children's education. Sadly, this tap will continue to drain your money for the next few years until one day it gets turned off and replaced by a bigger tap. This is the tap you'll turn on when you retire, and this is when you might spend even more money than you do now. This is when you will have all the time in the world to do all the things you've wanted to do whilst still fit and healthy, such as traveling more or starting a new hobby. There is also another tap which might drain single expenses from your bucket, such as a world cruise or your daughter's wedding. These large expenses could seriously damage your wealth. One day these taps get turned off to be replaced by another tap when, quite simply, you are too old to enjoy yourself. In other words, you'll be too old and possibly too frail to go traveling or enjoy your new hobbies. At this stage of your life you will be more interested in comfort and security until eventually you die.
Now I'm beginning to worry, as I don't have any financial plan in place, but I want to do so much when I retire.
Fortunately, Ainsworths Panacea has developed a financial planning for life service which helps our clients understand the value of their buckets and uses cash flow modeling tools to help show them what their lives look like now and in the future. I can tell you that one of two things is likely to happen to your bucket. Either it will run out, which means that after working hard for perhaps 30 or 40 years you won't be able to do all the things you've planned, or even worse, it could overflow and you could die with too much money. I'll tell you why this is worse. After paying tax throughout your life on everything you've ever earned and everything you've ever bought, every time you've moved house and each time you've filled your car up with fuel, if you die with too much money, your family will pay 40% inheritance tax on most of your assets.
That sounds terrible.
But that's not the worst part about dying with too much money. Oh no. After all, tax is just tax. It's painful for your beneficiaries, but it's just tax. There is something far worse about dying with too much money. It means you probably didn't do the things you wanted to do or enjoy your life to the full. So my job is to help you manage your bucket to try to achieve all the things you want in your life, to enjoy the lifestyle you want now, and to help you retire while you are still fit and healthy without ever running out of money. We call this wealth management, ensuring our clients have a complete view of their financial affairs and helping them achieve the lifestyle they want without running out of money or dying with too much. Is this something you might find useful?
That sounds great. What happens next?
Wonderful. Let's meet again next week and go through the next steps.